Alright, so after a short little hiatus, we are back, and welcome to Sci-Fi-Night Light, where I talk about random topics that somehow relate to sci-fi and horror. So, Suicide Squad was released in the beginning of August and received, let's say, mixed reviews.
Not good!
Personally, I enjoyed it and found it to be a lot of fun, even though the film does have a lot of problems, most of all in pacing, editing, and tone.
Blah, blah, blah. All of that chit-chat's gonna get you hurt.
Whether you loved, hated, or were indifferent to it, it was quite obvious that this film was more cut up than that guy who steps into the trap in the beginning of the film Cube. While I liked the characters and performances, the film felt choppy, disjointed, and the talk of reshoots definitely didn't add a lot of confidence to it. Anyway, this isn't about me reviewing the film. Like I said, I enjoyed it despite quite a few obvious flaws. This is more about the reason as to why this and many other films turned out the way it did.
Well, we almost pulled it off. Despite what everybody thought.
So despite Suicide Squad being a DC movie, the production and released cut of Suicide Squad resembles another recent superhero film, 2015's Fantastic Four, also known as Fant4stick, if you read the title as it's written, which, I do. Fucking stupid. Anyway, believe it or not, but these two films share quite a bit of similarities in that they were both cut up and reshot after production initially finished because of the film studio meddling in the production due to panic and greed. Both these films were made by opinionated people. Fant4stick was directed by Josh Trank, known for the cult hit Chronicle. He had a vision of a darker version of the Fantastic Four, which is why you have a couple of shocking scenes like Dr. Doom making people's heads explode, which seemed kind of out of place to the rest of the film due to the reshots and edits to make the film seem more like your typical Marvel movie.
If we do this, we do it our way.
Trank has been very clear and vocal about the fact that his original vision for the film was approved by Fox, but then they inexplicably decided to change it after it was finished, chopping out parts, doing reshoots, adding new scenes, and making the film into the mess that it is. Fant4stick was one of the worst major releases of 2015 in my opinion, but we'll never really know if the original cut was great. What happened to Fant4stick is very similar to what happened to Suicide Squad. The film was written and directed by David Ayer, known for writing Training Day and directing films like Harsh Times, Street Kings, and End of Watch. Hard and dark crime films about shady characters with a lot of moral ambiguity.
You never know, that's the point.
Which should make him the perfect fit for directing a film about misfit villains forced to do good, but his vision wasn't really respected.
God damn it!
Earlier this year, Batman v Superman was released and received, well, let's be nice and say mixed reviews.
Worst of the worst.
I thought it was a dreary mess, and a lot of that was due to cuts and editing. A lot of people also thought it was too dark, depressing, and bleak. And I kinda gotta agree with a lot of that, to be honest.
You don't get to decide what the right thing is.
So, what happened? Well, basically Warner Bros. Freaked out over all the backlash for the dark and brutal tone of Batman v Superman. So, what did they do? They took a look at films like Deadpool and Guardians of the Galaxy. Colorful Marvel films with tons of humor and tons of box office success.
Someday, put it together.
What are you doing?
Dance off, bro! Me and you!
And they decided to add that to Ayer's darker vision for Suicide Squad, despite the film already being made. So just like with Fant4stick, they chopped up, reshot, and recut the film, and changed the tone of it.
Oh, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm just gonna hurt you. Really, really bad.
After all, just think about the fact how the Joker is barely in the film.
What do we have here?
This is also something that Joker actor Jared Leto has been very vocal about since after he saw the recut film.
We shot so much footage
There are so many scenes that are not in the film. Oh, there were so many scenes that got cut from the movie, I couldn't even start. Well, to the people who want more Joker, I say, me too. Yeah. Okay. I did a lot of work in the film, and a lot was cut. So you have to ask the movie studio why.
So what happened? We got a film from opinionated directors who had a clear vision of what they wanted to do. These ideas were approved by the movie studios, who later chickened out and fucked over the writers and directors because of other films.
Please don't touch me. Please don't touch me.
Isn't that insane? That's like your girlfriend's father critiquing and wanting to change you based on her ex-boyfriends. Makes zero sense, right?
What the fuck is this?
The problem is that despite different films like Deadpool and Guardians of the Galaxy showing that a film with its own unique identity can be successful, studios have done the opposite and just tried to copy successful films instead of trying to make one themselves.
What the hell's wrong with you people?
Like, seriously, when are these idiots going to learn that this doesn't work? I recently released a video on Jaws ripoffs about half-assed films released by plagiaristic filmmakers who just wanted to copy Jaws. Guess what? Those movies kinda suck. Haven't Warner Brothers and Fox learned anything from shitty Italian filmmakers? Well, apparently not.
Nope, that's not the rules. No money, no honey.
Suicide Squad has been successful financially, but critically it's been panned, and honestly, I can understand that. The film is disjointed and reeks of studio panic and meddling.
Worst part of it is they're gonna blame us for the whole thing.
Once film studios agree to a movie, they should commit to the idea and not change everything last minute based on how other films are being received. That will just end up ruining films, pissing off directors and fans alike, as well as being creative suicide.
Come on.
Yeah, hold that thought.
So yeah, basically, Hollywood, stop ruining your own movies. So, that about does it for this episode of Sci-Fi-Night. If you got a different take on the subject, by all means, let us know in the comments below. I'm your host, Sebastian Vendel Martinez, and I'm signing out.
Grab what you need for a fight. We're wheels up in 10.
You might want to work on your team motivation thing. You heard of Phil Jackson?
Yeah.
He's like the gold standard, okay? Triangle, bitch. Study.